Showtime! The Capital G Show starts right now.
What's up YouTube, Capital G here. So I figured I might as well put my 2 cents in. I'm pretty sure a lot of people were asking me if I know about this card, and yes, unfortunately, I've been introduced to this card. There's a card in Judgment of Light, guys. It's a new prophecy support card, and in layman's terms, it's basically Judgment Dragon meets DMOC, and it's searchable, and it's retarded, and it's the type of shit that makes you just want to take like 4 months off and just say, hey, so that September ban list, that's not too far away, right? Alright, so let me introduce you to this ridiculously abominable card that Konami saw fit to give the archetype. It's called Magical Sky Knight Tormondo. It's a light spellcaster effect monster, level 9, 2900 attack, 2400 defense. The stats are obviously very, very impressive, very similar to Judgment Dragon in that respect. The effect reads as follows. When this card is successfully special summoned by the effect of a spellcaster or a spellbook spell card, you can select 2 spellbook magic cards, or excuse me, 2 spellbook spell cards in your graveyard and add them to your hand. Okay, so it's like DMOC on crack for the deck. That's like you're going +2, so that's awesome. During the turn that you activated this effect, you cannot special summon any other monsters. That's irrelevant because she's already enough. When cards are added to your hand by this effect, you can activate this effect by revealing 4 different spellbook spell cards in your hand. Destroy all other cards on the field. Okay, so there's the Judgment Dragon part, and it's a super rare in Japan, but just disregard that. It's going to be a $130 secret rare. I mean, that's Konami being Konami. That's like, you know, expecting a dog not to lick its nuts. Like, I mean, come on now. They've done how many rarity bumps? So the first part of this effect, which is just ridiculous, degenerative, disgusting, any other synonyms that start with the letter D that you want to associate with this card, I'm pretty sure that they're fairly accurate. You know, as soon as you special summon this guy from a spellcaster effect, then basically you get DMOC on crack. You get any 2 spellbooks that you want that go to your hand. So essentially you go +2 in addition to getting a 2900 beater on the field. Now, at first I was like, oh, well, that's kind of difficult. It has to be by a spellcaster. And then I was like, oh, yeah, well, Temperance is a card, and yeah. So, I mean, basically they're dumbing down Prophecy to where even the most remedial player can just fucking destroy you with the deck. And then, you know, I personally thought that that was enough. It's like, dude, you've got a card that summons this card straight from the deck. The second it's summoned from the deck, you're going +2. How the hell is that not enough? They added another effect on top of that. Yeah, you can't special summon any monsters. Like, that shit matters. You have a 2900 beater who just went +2 for you. In addition, if you just get Spellbook of Wisdom, you've got protection from all spells. You know, you've got protection from any other quick play spells your opponent can play. So it's like, I mean, with a 2900 body, what's your opponent really going to threaten you with that turn? You don't need to special summon anything else. But they made it even better. They gave it the effect of you can reveal 4 different spell books, and then basically you get Judgment Dragon. You just blow up the whole fucking field. Now, if you have the Spellbook Tower, the Spellbook Tower is going to trigger, so it's not like you're really losing out there. Spellbook is widely known as a deck that doesn't play, you know, a heavy trap lineup, generally about 3 or less, so it's not like you're going to be blowing up your own trap cards. And, I mean, this card is just stupid. Now, it might be kind of difficult to fulfill that condition of 4 different spellbooks if this card didn't fucking give you 2 of them the second it was summoned. Like, I'm not even going to go into, you know, Spellbook Judgment Day and how retarded that is, because that guarantees you'll have like 8 different spellbooks in your hand. But the fact when you summon this, you're getting 2 different spellbooks. So even if your hand is mediocre before you summon this, it sure as hell isn't going to be. They didn't even put a life point restriction on it like they did JD. So yeah, this is probably one of the worst designed boss monsters that I've seen in a very long time. Like, this makes Judgment Dragon look fucking balanced. But, you know, clearly if Prophecy had any, you know, deficiencies, this card is going to cover up a lot of them. At this point, it would be almost injudicious of me to even recommend going to events, you know, post this Judgment of the Light shit and saying, you know, yeah, run your tier 2 deck, because, you know, against these suppressor dragons and these fucking prophecies that can just do this disgusting shit, it's like, you know, if you don't play perfect, you're going to get ran into the ground. And it's not really going to be your fault or your deck's fault. It's just you know, your deck has to play perfect just to have a chance, and their decks can have average hands, and it's like, oh, I went +2 and then blew up your field in the same turn. Like, I don't know. So let me know what you guys think of this card. I think it's utterly ridiculous, but I am just one man. Have a nice day. Subscribing makes life happy.